Okay, fine. Yesterday we have seen some of the questions of percentage, but today we will solve some more, and after this we will move on to the next question. Before going to the next unit, so you just need to understand this percentage concept very carefully because most of the chapters will contain questions on percentage. Okay, they are dependent on percentage concept. Now you look at this question. Imagine you went to a cloth shop and you found that t-shirt is having 20% off, and how much will you pay? For this, you will have to know what is the MRP, that is maximum retail price of that particular shirt, right? And then you will be able to calculate what is the 20% of that, and then subtract. Off is nothing but a discount on the discount on MRP. So how will you calculate this? How will you know what is the actual cost? Can you try to solve and tell me what is the actual cost of this particular shirt? The question is very simple, and you will see this kind of questions, this kind of scenarios in most of the cases whenever you go to the shops. They will give you some discount on a particular item, and you will have to decide which one you will purchase. Fine. So how will you know this one? How will you find the 20% of 1000? So what are the steps you need to follow? Take this 20%. 20% can be written as what? 20 divided by 100, right? Because this percentage symbol can be written as 1 by 100, okay, per 100. And then you are going to multiply the MRP with this, that is 1000. And so how much it will be? It will be equal to 200 rupees. So the shop is giving you 200 rupees off on a 1000 rupee shirt. So if it is 1000, your so the selling price of this item will be equal to what? MRP minus discount, right? So the discount given is 200, so it becomes 1000 minus 200 is equal to rupees 800, right? Very simple question, but you need to understand how it all works. Okay, I'll give you a similar question, just try to solve that. Just in place of this MRP 1000, I am going to give you MRP is equal to 2500, and you have got off around 30%. So just modify this question and try to tell me what is the answer for this question. There is a shirt which costs, which is having MRP 2500, bit costly shirt, but that is fine. But and you have got a 30% discount on that. Try to tell me for how much rupee you are going to purchase it. Anybody? Just try to solve the question as I have explained. You need to find what is the 30% of the given amount, that is 2500. So how will you solve this one? 30% of 2500. What this will be equal to? I need response from you because this should be a very interactive class in the morning. So anyone, just tell me what is 30% of 2500. Okay, I got an answer 1750. Okay, we'll check. 30% of 2500 is 30 divided by 100 into 2500, right? So it becomes what? 25 into 3, 75, 0. And then you need to find 2500 minus 750. So this is going to give you how much? 2500, 750, 0, 5. So it is 7 again, it is 1. So the answer is 1750. So you are going to get the shirt for 1750. Yes. I hope you got this question. Now we'll go to the next question. Just this is to explain you what exactly is the meaning of 1%, 50% and 100%. You just try to see this part. Imagine there are 100 boxes and you need to shade 1% of the given box. So you will be shading only the one and then it becomes 1% shading. Okay. And if you are asked to shade the 50% of this given box, then you will be shading the 50 boxes of 100 this way. So this is 50% and the remaining is 50%. This is 50 and this is 50, right? And the meaning of 100%, it is nothing but the full one. If you consider the whole thing, that is 100%. So you should be able to find out what is 100% of 250. What will be the answer for this? What is 100% of 250? You can use the method that I explained, or just by thinking you will come to know what is the answer of this. You need not calculate. 100% of 250 means the whole of 250. Yes, it is 250. Means we are speaking about the whole 250. Can you tell me what is 250% of 250? 250% of 250. How will you solve this one? You can solve it by calculation or like that only. Just I'll explain without calculation. You see, this contains 100% plus 100% plus 50%. You should know what is the 50% of this. 50% means half of this. That is 125, right? And what is the 100% of this? 250. What is the 100% of this? Again 250. So if you add all of this, you are going to get your answer 625. You see, you should be able to understand percentage at this level. Okay. So it will be very helpful whenever you are solving any questions related to percentage. I hope this one was clear. You need to understand the meaning of percentage so that you can solve any of the questions regarding the percentages. Fine. We'll go to the next question. This was solved yesterday. Just try to solve this and tell me the answer. You are going to convert the percentages to decimal and the fraction. What is the decimal of this 50%? Decimal part of this 50% means what is the decimal of this 50%? How will convert? 50 and percentage is written as 1 by 100. So it will be equal to 5 by 10 or this is equal to 1 by 2. This is the fraction and if you convert this to decimal, it will be 0.5. Fine. Can you tell me what is 160%? Same. You need to tell me What is the decimal and the fraction for 60%? Just try to calculate and tell me the answer. Anyone? Yes, it is 0.6. You need not calculate, just by looking at this you will be able to tell. It is 0.6, and in the fractions it will be 6 by 10, and this will be equal to 3 by 5, right? And then can you tell me what is this 75%? I need answer from every one of you. 75%. Any answers? Yes, 75 divided by 100. This can be written as 0.75 in decimal, and then 25 threes are 25 fours are. So it is 3 divided by 4. This is the fraction. So now you are able to convert percentage into decimal and fractions. I hope this concept was clear. Simple concepts, but you need to know all these things. Anybody, any doubts? Or if you have understood, just give a thumbs up. That's fine. Okay, good. Now we will go to the next question. Find the following. What is 10% of 10? How do you find this? Same, you all know that of is nothing but a multiplication. So 10% of 10 can be written as what? 10 divided by 100 by removing this percentage symbol. Of is into 10. So this will be equal to what? This is equal to 1. So 10% of 10 is equal to 1. And without calculation, you should be able to say, you should know that 100% of 10 is what? 10. Because it is the whole of 10, right? And if you say 50% of 10, what is 50% of 10? It is 5. Because 50% of 10 is half of 10, so it is 5. So what is 2%, 20% of 10? This is 1 by 5th of 10. This is 2. Similarly, 10% of 10 is equal to 1. Fine. Now can you tell me what is the answer for this B? B. So the answer for this will be 20 divided by 100 into 100. Same, it will be 20. Because you are calculating out of 100 and you are just finding the 20%. So this 100 get cancelled and you are left with this. Now you need to calculate the percentage. You have got 45 marks out of 50. Can you tell me what is your percentage? Yes, I need the answer 90%. Yes, 45 divided by 50 into 100. So 51s are 52s are. So what you got? 45 into 2 is equal to 90. Good. Okay. Next question. Solve the following questions. What is 40% of 200? Same. What is 40% of 100. 40% of 100 will be equal to 40 itself. Then 40% of 200 means you have doubled this, so you will double this in the simple terms. Since you are doubling the quantity, you are going to get the double answer of that one. So what will be the answer for this question? No calculation required. We can say directly it is equal to, yes, 80. Yes. Now if it is 80% of 200, how will you calculate this one? You see, you have doubled this part and you have kept this same. So you need to double this again, it will be 160. Anything doubles or any changes in any of this, that will be reflected in the final amount. Okay. If you want, you can calculate once and check. It will be 80 divided by 100 into 200. So you are left with 80 into 2, that is 160. So the answer is 100. Now I need answer from you for the second question. Which one is greater? 25% of 400 is greater or 30% of 300 is greater? Which one is bigger? I'll call it as first one and second one. You need to say which one is bigger, first one or second one. You need to find individual values of each of them, and on finding them you just compare them and tell me which one is bigger. So to help you, I'll just try to solve one. I'll solve the second one. So 30% of, this is 30% of 300. This will be equal to what? Equal to 90. Okay, I got one answer. 25% of 400. First is greater. Yes. You say 25 by 100 into 400. This will be equal to 25 into 4 is 100. So for the first one we have got 100. For the second one we have got 90. So obviously the first one is greater. So the answer is first one. Questions are simple, but you need to know what you are supposed to do as soon as you see the question. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. If you are understanding, just give a thumbs up. We'll go to the next concept. And this will be the last question of today. And we'll try to go to the next chapter because this percentage concept is used in so many other concepts. You will know as we go to the next chapters. Okay. Now, this is the last question. Just try to solve this question and tell me the answer. There is an increase in 200 by 10%. How will you solve this question? What is the procedure to solve? You need to identify what is the procedure. I'll just tell you how can you solve this. There is an increase by 10% of 200. Means there is an increase in 200 itself by 10% of itself. So you need to find, first step is to find 10% of 200, right? And then after that add both of them. There are two steps in this question. On adding both of them, you will see what is the increased value. Increased value. So anybody, any answer? Yes, I got a answer that is 220. Others, just give a try. I'll solve the question. So according to this step, you are going to find 10% of 200. So this will be equal to 10 divided by 100 into 200. So this will be nothing but 20. Fine. And then you are going to add both of them, means you are going to add the actual value plus 20. This is equal to 220. This is the answer. Okay. So you may see these kind of questions also. You will see some difficult questions in percentage also, but you need to understand the basic concept. Later, when you start practicing, it will take some time to understand, but you will understand for sure if your base of percentage is good. Okay, I hope this was helpful.